official charges have been filed against Air Force Major Jason Watson. Major Watson has served in the U.S. military for 17 years. He's been detained twice in recent weeks after speaking out against President Trump. First, he was arrested on the steps of the U.S. Capitol when he called for Trump to be impeached over the Iran war and other issues in his uniform. Major Watson was detained a second time the day after he appeared on Out Front and again criticized the commander-in-chief.
How did we get to a point in society where active duty members of the United States military will put on a uniform, go to the steps of the Capitol, hold up a sign that says impeach, convict, remove, directed at the President of the United States? How did we get to that point in our country, in our history, in our military, in our society, where that is acceptable? How did we get to a point where the news media glorifies this? This major, this Air Force major, has a family, had a career. He'll probably have a career in politics, podcasting, or at the desk at CNN. But we are glorifying this, or at least there's some people that are glorifying this. This guy, this major, doesn't even really understand that he has been used like a sock and a puppet, and they stuffed their hand right up his ass and put him on camera and said or made him say what they wanted him to say. This is a disgrace to the uniform. It's a disgrace to every other member of the military, to his unit, to his family members that served honorably, and to anyone else that has ever worn that Air Force uniform. More importantly, maybe some of the people that wanted to serve their country, and because of something like a physical disability, they were not afforded that opportunity. This guy just spit in the face of everyone, in my opinion, that's buried in a national cemetery. And I, for one, I guess he's brought up on about 10 different charges. Article 92 of the UCMJ is the one that is the catch-all. And I hope that's his favorite one, because they're going to catch him with all of this. And I'd love to get your opinion. I'll fight you in the comments. Do you think this guy should be sent to Leavenworth, to, in the Navy we called it the brig? Should he be stripped of every benefit? I firmly believe it. Now, the people I feel sorry for, and actually, no, I probably don't. Well, I feel sorry for the kids. Apparently, he's got 3 kids. They're going to lose benefits that they could have went to college on his GI Bill or his government, funding. They're going to lose out. That spouse probably aligns with him, so I'm not going to say I feel sorry for her because I don't know her history. She probably told him to do it and probably ironed his damn uniform for him to go and do it. But back to the comments. I'll fight you down here. Do you think what he did was right? Do you think it was wrong? Did he cross the line? Or should members of the military be allowed to express their political opinions in uniform? I'm going to tell you right now, when I was wearing a uniform, my commanding officer back on the boat, I didn't know his favorite color. I did know that he liked Padron cigars, because that was one of the first cigars that he gave me. And whenever I'd be up in the bridge, I'd always have a couple extra Padron cigars, because my old CO, Dave, Big Red Dave, you all know who that is, or you don't, but Big Red Dave loved a Padron cigar. That's all I ever wanted to know about the other people that I served with in the military. I didn't want to know my division officers' political leanings. I didn't want to know their other beliefs, religion. None of that. I didn't want to know any of that. When did that become the new era for people in uniform? I don't really remember in 20 years in the Navy having any political conversations while I was in uniform or specifically on that submarine? I don't remember it. I mean, we complained about Bill Clinton not paying us. We complained about George Bush and us getting longer deployments. But none of us were like, remove the president, he's a Republican. Remove the president, he's a Democrat. We didn't do that, man. When did that become the new thing? When did the military uniform become a political prop? A propaganda sign? Now that I'm out of the uniform and just soaking up retirement checks, I'm going to give you my opinion on that. I think it was under Barack Obama. Barack Obama changed some things in the military, basically turned the military into a petri dish, an experimental platform. Before him, we had gay people in the military. Nobody gave a damn. But whenever he came in, he put some stuff in place that really changed the whole dynamic. And I'm going to lay some of the questions, and I'll fight you in the comments, on the feet of Barack Obama. I retired under Obama, and I'm glad I did. It was part of the decision I got out. But leave your thoughts down below. How do we get back to a military uniform just being a military uniform, a representation of the United States, away from a political opinion? If you look at the Army uniform, they wear those patches, they're deployment patches, I think, or whatever. I've never seen one that's an R for Republican, a D for Democrat. I can't even think if I remembered seeing political bumper stickers on base whenever I was in. I really don't even think that was a thing then. I can't imagine what it's like now. I can't imagine the polarization that the men and women in uniform are dealing with, participating in, or maybe just ignoring. But I guarantee you some of these commanding officers are letting their political opinions be seen, be recognized, be part of their daily routine. I guarantee it. It would disgust me. I can't think of any commanding officer, any chief of the boat, any executive officer I had when I was in the Navy that I knew their political opinion. It just wasn't a thing. But now it is the thing. Mark Kelly, this Air Force major, this is the new thing. Let's wear our uniform, slander the president, going back to Vindman, for our own personal gain. Because I believe this guy will run for political office. Fight me in the comments. Hit the like, subscribe. This is just a cup of coffee out back with my Sasquatch cup. I'll see you in the next one.